children of the night. What music they make. They're all gonna laugh at you!
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
What's that?
I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash you a bit.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's the return of Final Guys. Yay!
I've missed you guys big time.
The longest break in Final Guys history.
Yeah.
And
what's it been,
believe
6
it or not,
weeks?
6, 7 weeks? It feels like forever.
It's been
Can't
5 or
believe
6.
it's over already.
It felt awesome. But here we are once again. And as always, I am joined by, fresh from somewhere in Europe, shooting a karate movie, The Last Kumaiti, Children of the Groot, Jason Brands.
That was a very perfect intro. Thank you.
You're welcome. And from his piss-colored room, it's Jack Malachi Campisi.
He wants you to.
We have our resident writer, looking pale and wispy, but all sorts of Black Crows cool. It is Chad Jolly Green Groot Lutsky.
Welcome, folks.
Yeah. Remember, we're in
Hunter, are
audio.
you in like a hot pink bathroom and you're talking about my back?
I'm not in the bathroom, motherfucker. I'm in my house. But the belfry's gone. It's too hot to be up in there. I mean,
Your bathroom's not in your house? Where do you keep it?
Every room
The outhouse.
in Hunter's house is a bathroom.
dude,
Every room looks like a bathroom.
everywhere around the house is definitely urine worthy. And also, our original fourth wheel, Mr. Tim Cornholio Meyer,
Hey, how's it going?
fresh from the bowels of the Jersey Devil, that look remarkably like a nice room with shelves and movies. So here we are tonight, and guess what? You waited all this time for us, and now we're just going to crap over all your dreams because we're doing the new Children of the Corn tonight. So the worst movie we could have picked to come back to, but hey, whatever. That's
I
what we
remember
do.
a discussion before the hiatus that we need to start watching good movies, and we take a month and a half off and come back with this.
But
I
we
blame
didn't
Tim
do-
Wagner.
Well, we can blame Tim, Mr. Writing in the Dark, Tim. But
Yeah.
we could have watched that Amityville. What's that Amityville movie that just came
Amityville
out?
Death Toilet.
Yeah. So it could have been that. So it's
And
not.
I'm telling you, that is, I watched the first 5 minutes. It is pure punishment. I had no idea a movie could be that bad.
That's
Ooh.
saying something for an
Challenge
Amityville horror
accepted.
movie. All right. We have a lot to catch up on. So let's just discuss things that I know Chad and I have things to discuss today. Big announcements.
You want to do
But
drinking
let's
words?
start. Oh, sure, we can do those. Who wants to
Before
do
we
them?
forget.
That's a good idea
Let
because
me
I've been
bring 'em up
drinking.
here. I'll do 'em. All right.
All right.
Oh, man, it's been so long. Thank you, Sheridan, for the drinking words. Jack, yours are school and corn.
I get corn. Wow.
Wow, okay.
Jeez.
You
Hunter,
think that
yours
would be
are
the social one?
kids and remake. Mine are acting and Matthias. Lutsky, yours are Shutter and writing. Tickle Britches, yours are CGI and Sheriff. And the bonus words are King, Rothrock, Break, and Walks.
All right. You know what? We're going to hit some of those drinking words right away. Jason, what did you do on your summer break?
Well, I got a tan. You can't tell through the light here, but I
Not
got a
at all.
tan.
You still look like Casper.
I lost like 20 pounds. I've gained probably half of it back already. We shot The Last Kumite in Germany. It took, I was gone for 34 days or something. It was a long time. But I got to meet a bunch of people that have watched their movies on So Bad It's Good, like Matthias Huss and Cynthia Rothrock and Billy Blanks, Kurt McKinney. I mean, it was really cool. And I didn't just get to meet them because a lot of them wouldn't shoot for days on end. So I got to hang out with them. I had drinks with some of them. I had lunch. I sat with Billy Blanks for hours and hours on end on set. It was really freaking cool. And everybody was awesome. So it's in the can, as they say. It's in post-production now. We're actually running an Indiegogo right now. I haven't promoted it too much yet, but we want to get a second Stan Bush song, and we want some more music.
Yes.
Other than that, and we want to do a really killer color grade on it. So we're trying to get a little bit of money yet to polish this baby off.
Did you
Nice, man.
put Cynthia Rothrock in your luggage and bring her back to your house?
That was not shot at my house. No, that was at Sean, the executive producer and writer. He's actually a really big YouTuber. He has like 600,000 subscribers across his channels. That was his house. But if need be, she would have fit my luggage, yes.
That was an affectionate, like that still was a very affectionate touch on you. Now, did you pull that still, or was that your wife?
I remembered her doing that, so when I was looking for like a thumbnail, I was scrubbing through the file, like, where did she touch me? Where did she touch me? Where did she? There it is.
I thought you
He hasn't washed
photoshopped
that
it.
arm.
I thought you photoshopped it.
She's a very affectionate lady.
It was
very
actually
nice.
Dave sitting there, and they just
Yeah.
put her face on his body.
Photoshop.
I noticed she's wearing a Dave shirt.
Yeah.
Oh man, that would have been amazing.
Her breasts
But yeah,
were
we managed to
fantastic.
talk her into doing a So Bad It's Good and getting her to watch possibly her worst movie. So it was pretty wild having her sit there and rip on her own movie with me. It was pretty awesome.
That's pretty cool, because I don't think I'd sit and watch our worst episode with anybody.
For real.
Not for
It helps
free.
that she's the best part of the movie, so like she doesn't do anything stupid in it. So she's just like, oh well, that was a bad line, but everything else was, the rest of the movie. So
Right.
yeah,
Cool.
and I
So,
have
yeah.
one with Matthias Hues coming out Sunday. I recorded one with him too. So
Sweet.
yeah, it's a pretty cool haul.
Did we get any videos of Billy Blanks kicking you in the balls repeatedly?
You know what? Nobody hurt me when I got on set, which was very surprising.
You showed a big ass bruise at one point.
Yeah, I can't. I'll tell you what that's from later. I can't say it on air.
Oh, Jesus Christ! All right, never mind.
But yes, I got pretty roughed up at one point. But it wasn't from the actors. So everybody was super cool. It helped that Cynthia didn't know who I was, Billy didn't know who I was, but some of the others who did recognize me did not kick my ass. So I
Wow,
was quite happy about that. Yeah,
missed opportunities.
they're gonna regret that when I watch their next movies. But
I'm telling you, you'll never shoot a movie with them again, because this will be it. Now you're on the radar.
we shall see. I have plans. We'll see.
All right, let's move on over to Chad, who is
Yeah,
my
quickly.
book buddy here.
Quickly, I have had 2 books published since we last had an episode. How the Skin Sheds, my splatter western, through Death's Head Press, aka Dead Sky Publishing.
Cool cover.
Yes, this is by the amazing Justin Coons. This is number 15 in the Splatter Western series.
All their
And,
covers are phenomenal.
Dedicated to Mr. Joe R. Lansdale. If you read it, you'll know exactly why.
Beauty.
And then today, Broad Street Bastard came out. This is my slice of life, dark coming of age, with loads of sex and murder and paranoia. And yeah, that just came out today. So
Nice.
And when you say coming
Congrats.
of age, is it CUMMING?
well, both. Yeah.
Okay, I'm in.
Why did we bring you back?
Somebody had to bring
like-
them up.
By the way, Pam Morrison, why am I talking to a blow dryer? By the way, this is R2D2's testicle that I've been using for years. And as long as
But
he's
you've
not
never
missing
held it before.
Yeah, why are you
Well,
holding it like a?
why are you
1940s
cupping the
baseball
ball?
Commentator.
I'm cupping the ball because I'm on my bed and it's very uneven and I didn't have time to set things up because
Did
we're selling our house and
R2D2
the
have
fire was there.
testicular cancer? And
He
have
did.
his- okay.
You have a
can
bed in your bathroom?
I do. Often, if I drink too much, it's indecipherable. All right, Jack.
So
What's
R2
going on
only
with
has
you?
one.
He has none. They excised the bad ball, and then I took the good ball.
R2D1.
The other
R2
ball floats around and Luke Skywalker deflects.
Exactly. What have you been doing with your time, Jack? That doesn't
Not,
involve issues.
not. What do you mean? I have not been forcing myself to watch bad horror movies because I need to watch a horror movie this week. I just watched horror movies that I wanted to watch.
Wow.
What's that experience like?
Yeah,
or
was it nice?
or non-horror movies. I watched Succession. It was wonderful. I finished Ted Lasso. I read 2 books.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Who knew that
Who?
an hour show on Tuesdays took up so much of your time?
I ran a marathon. I invented AI.
I lost my
Yeah.
virginity.
Got married. Had a kid.
I invented the OptiGrab.
All these cans are defective. All right, so that's what you did? Really?
Yeah, I just had fun.
All right. That's fine. I'm not.
I didn't write
passing
2
judgment.
books or anything like that.
I know Tim came out with something.
I did.
Yeah, you did. Don't you have a book
did?
released that came out within like the last month?
I have a book coming out August.
Oh, there we go.
2nd.
Well, there we
But
go.
the
That's
pre-order, the
accomplished.
pre-order's out, so maybe that's what you mean.
That's what
I
I
don't know.
mean. What's the name of the book?
The name of the book is called Lacuna's Point, and it comes out August 2nd.
Nice.
If you like the TV show From or In the Mouth of Madness, it's kind of got like that kind of vibe to it.
So if you like derivative horror, that's
yes,
the book.
exactly.
Wow.
Wow, what a jerk.
Jesus.
It's horrible.
But yeah, I'm excited about it. I think it's one of the best things I've written, so I'm pretty pumped for it.
Got a lot
Wow.
of bottled up anger there, Hunter. I think think the
6
break-
weeks. I haven't been able to shit on
You've been-
anyone for 6 weeks.
bottling it all in.
Yeah, you should have been using the tissues like Jack. Feel better.
You got to learn how to relax, man.
anger tugs.
Nice.
So like Chad, this is the second time you and I have had a book come out on the same day.
Really?
Yes. The last, I think, To the Devil Cryptid came out the same time as one of your books. So my book, Man Rattin, the sequel to Rattus New Yorkus. This is high art, ladies and gentlemen. This is like if Robert McCammon was writing about cryptids. But anyway, I couldn't leave well enough alone. So yeah, Rattus New Yorkus needed a sequel. My daughter came up with the title, which inspired me to write the book. It's out through Severed Press. She has 4 other titles, so I might have to write 4 other books. So this could be like a Jason Hunger trilogy that goes on forever. Who knows?
Is it like Willard in New York? Is
Dude,
that kind of what it is?
if you all like Pizza Rat, I take it 47 notches higher. So there may be a pizza parlor in this place with rats. So that's out today. It took a long time. It's finally on Amazon today. Paperback should be within the week.
Is this a direct sequel?
Yes,
Okay.
direct
All right.
sequel. And I will be appearing at the Catastrophicon conference Saturday in Purchase, New York. What's in Purchase? Well, SUNY Purchase is there and PepsiCo is there. So, I'm surrounded by greatness. It's kind of like the old Rock and Shock that used to be in Worcester.
Oh, that was such a great con.
Yeah, this is the first year ever. I'll be joined by Monster Men alum Robert Staba and J.G. Faherty. There's some other writers. There's the original, the guy who played Elvis. Not Elvis, Jesus Christ. Jason. The Jason coming out of the water. Ari Lehman.
We're close. Elvis.
Yeah.
Geez.
Elvis.
Same thing.
Fuck it. Jason's my Elvis.
Wow.
That was such a weird jump.
I've been drinking. So anyway, he'll be there with his band and signing a bunch of Warriors. If you ever have a con, just call the Warriors. At least 3 will show up.
The kid who jumped out of the water as Jason has a band. It's
Yes,
playing
he
at the
does.
con.
It's called. I think they're called the Original Jasons. Jack, you'll be there, maybe, right?
I was planning on it, but it looks like probably not now.
All right, whatever. To hell with you.
Maybe though.
But I'll
You
take
never know.
pictures.
What time does it start?
I have no idea. I'm sure like 10 o'clock probably. That's when these things usually start.
There's a chance I might show up early, but
Well, there you go. July 15th, 2023. If you got nothing to do, come stare at me. All right, we're all caught up. Now,
I think
we've
so.
done drinking words. We've caught up. it is time for Jack Campese's award-winning Not News.
It's the news. Yay.
Welcome to the news segment. This news is brought to you
Yay.
by Tim Meyer's future book that's coming out in August. What was it called?
Lacuna's Point.
What?
This one
Lacuna's
is sponsored
Point.
by Lacuna's Point. All right.
Dead
Does
silence.
Tim have to pay you now?
I'm not paying shit.
Just being here, man. Payment enough.
Why is Anthony Krusiniknas keeps saying it's all Hunter's fault? I don't know
He's
what this
right.
means.
Yeah.
I got an
It
issue with
means
you,
it's your
Anthony
fault.
Krusiniknas.
Christini.
I'm gonna hit
I
you.
got a lot
with
of problems
some
with you
Citadel.
I got a lot of problems with people.
He's
Hunter, this
referring to
first-
the inability to monetize the episodes.
Ah.
I don't give a shit. I got to make enough money. I don't
Oh.
need this money. Let's go.
I think we can return this for 5 cents with the rest of our empties. Hunter, this one's for you. A long time ago, my friend Hunter Shea asked me if I had ever seen a movie called Spider Baby. And I said, no. So we sat down at his place and we watched Spider Baby. And I was like, God damn, thank you for showing me that movie. Lon
Classic.
Chaney. What's his name?
Sid Haig.
Sid Haig. Well, I'm happy to report they have finished production on a remake of Spider Baby.
What?
Who did it?
Dustin Ferguson, who here's his credits: Arachnode, Sleepaway Camp 3, The Survivor.
Oh, the best one.
Now, the reasons to for hope. Remember, Lon Chaney Jr. is in the original.
Yeah.
This one features his grandson, Ron Chaney Jr.
Are you serious?
Totally
can't make
serious.
this shit up.
Sounds like a porn star, Ron Chaney. But Jack
Hedgehog.
Hill, who wrote and directed the original Spider Baby, is a executive producer. And
Jack Hill has to be 107.
he is 108.
That's why he's the executive producer, not the producer.
What the hell? I got to check this. It's got to be Jack Hill Jr.
And Beverly Washburn, who's in the original movie, is going to be in the remake as well.
Wow.
So I mean, I have no idea what to expect from this. That is a wacky movie. I'm curious to see what the heck this thing even looks. So the premise of this movie is that these people, as they get older, they regress to like childlike, and also psychos.
Yeah, evil.
I have not seen this movie.
Jack Hill is 90, by the way. So, I don't know.
I think executive
he was Roger
producer
Corman,
is a title they give you to make news reports like this go, oh, well, that guy's involved. I guess it'll be okay.
Exactly.
Somebody held his hand. Someone
Yeah.
signed his signature on the paper.
Sign this.
It's tonight cream corn night.
All right. So we had Winnie the Pooh. We had the Grinch. I forget what the next one.
Heidi, there was one. There was a Heidi.
Oh, Bambi's going to be redone as a horror movie. And in my travels, I came across Belle, which is a reimagining of Beauty and the Beast.
Ooh, she's hot.
But when I clicked on and watched the trailer, it turns out it's not one of these super duper low budget ones. It looks like they're making an honest attempt. So it looks more like a, direct to VOD kind of level thing, which I was almost disappointed by, because like these Winnie the Pooh level ones are so bad that maybe there's a chance. But
I heard good things about the Winnie the Pooh one. Did anybody actually see it?
yeah,
I
it's
haven't heard
bad.
a single good thing yet.
I saw it and
No.
it's bad.
Hmm.
But you'll probably
I
love
avoided
it.
it.
I probably will.
Yeah, if anyone's gonna love that movie, it's Tim.
Now, any of you guys, I think Chad, you are a gamer, but not video gamer, like tabletop gamer.
Ooh, I know Eric
Chad,
Smith is.
it's a podcast, so yes.
Yeah, you know I am. Yes, I am a tabletop gamer.
Anybody else? Tim, I know you got some. You guys, don't you have the Shining game? Maybe the Jaws game?
Yeah, I've played a few. I'm not like huge into it, but it's one of those things where like I wish I had friends that were also into it because you can't really play a tabletop game by yourself. It's just weird. So
You got to get nerd friends.
yeah, I got to get more nerdy friends. All my friends are too cool. So
Yeah,
I
I have cool nerd friends.
If I lived near you, I also would not play those games with you.
Frank Edler's got nothing to do. I'm sure. Ask him over.
yeah, I actually have I've played Magic: The Gathering with Frank Edler. So
See,
Good.
look at that.
There's
I
a
knew.
guy on what's it called, Steelmanville Road, that likes to play games.
Only if you'll sponsor his next movie.
yes, let's do
Did
it.
you see that? He's got a fundraiser, whatever, GoFundMe or something for the Dracula problem or something like that.
Yeah,
I gotta be friends with this guy. He lives He lives like 20 minutes away.
yeah. Just knock on his door.
Yeah, I might do that actually.
God damn it! Open up.
Here's $25. Put me in your credits for your next movie.
Yeah, I can act.
We should all donate and get in the credits.
What the hell's the name of this? I gotta find this.
Oh, it's a Dracula thing. I
It's like
remember
the
that.
Dracula question or something like that.
And none of us have watched the last one that came out, which
I haven't think I've seen the last
future
two.
episode. I think he
Oh.
got them back on Amazon. So he
God.
squashed his beef with Amazon.
Anyway, the game thing is Funko has announced that they're going to be putting out a Texas Chainsaw Massacre tabletop game. So it's got dice and cards and all that fun stuff. And basically you can play as the Sawyer family. That's one person. Or it's for 2 to 5 players. So one person is the family, and then the rest of them are individuals, the victims, I would assume.
I could go for that game.
$29.99. If you
All
Google it, you can probably pre-order it.
Let's do
As
it.
long as it's not
If you-
too hard, and I got to read for 4 hours to figure it out.
Mm.
Oh, if they're hard, that makes for the best game. But if you don't have any nerdy friends for that, have you guys seen the trailer for the Texas Chainsaw video game that's coming out?
I was just gonna say that comes
No.
out like in a couple of weeks. I'm so pumped for
Yeah,
it.
man,
No.
it looks good.
Looks good.
God damn, I missed so much while I was gone.
Yeah, it looks pretty gnarly. I'm excited for it.
It's
Jack and I
multiplayer.
both want to know, is this available
so.
on Atari?
But I
Yeah.
hope it's like good because like Chad, did you play the Evil Dead game?
No, I played the Friday the 13th one though.
I liked the Friday the 13th one. I thought that was pretty good. The
Yeah.
Evil Dead one, I don't know. I didn't really like that much.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping this one's pretty good.
Let me know if you guys are getting it. I'll grab it and get my ass kicked.
Yeah, let's
Oh,
do
that'd
it.
be fun.
Hopefully it's cross-platform because I have a PS5 and I
got
don't.
an Xbox.
know. Yeah, see, I don't know. That might be a problem, but we'll see.
I have a phone.
I have a
You got a
Popmatic.
testicle.
I have a Popmatic and a card table. If anybody wants to just come over and play the old-fashioned
Who
one,
wants to play canasta with Jack and I?
like play Risk and throw the table.
If we can, it'd be cool to do like what's that the video game streaming thing?
Twitch?
Twitch, yeah, we could
Twitch.
Twitch.
Oh.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I would do that.
Okay, maybe. I have to be very careful when I'm playing games, man. I like to joke around and I say some shit that will get me banned from the internet.
Just don't do that.
Well, we could always hop on Discord too if we find out that it's cross-platform.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh,
Set it up. I'll arrive.
Well, that, my friends, is all the news is fit to print. So let's get. To
Oh!
Thank you, Jack.
All right. Thank you very much, Jack Campese. Now let's get on. This is going to take a long time. Curation,
You can-
things we
you
want.
even
to read.
sound like you're calling like a 1940s baseball game.
Meyer up at the plate.
It's the All-Star Game night.
That's right. Again,
We have such sights to show you.
I never fail to cut you off.
yeah, it doesn't matter. We should have started
Never
next
fails.
week. Jack and I have missed the All-Star game for 6 freaking years because of the show.
I'm recording it right now.
Oh God, whatever. All right. Because we have, I'm not even gonna call him a special guest. He's just special. I want to start off with Tim.
You start with me?
Yeah, I want to see what you're bringing to the table. Jumped in at the last minute.
What do you got?
Bringing in a little something, a little found footage film from the year 2018. You guys know me. You guys know I love found footage stuff.
Yeah.
And I like good found footage stuff. So I actually went into this movie.
We'll see.
This movie completely blind and was really surprised by it. But it's called The Devil's Doorway. Have you guys ever
seen the trailer?
Seen the trailer for it?
Never even heard of it.
Just popped on Shudder maybe like, I don't know, a month or two ago. It's also available on like Tubi and it's pretty much everywhere. Super low budget, but like really surprisingly good and creative. It's basically about these two priests that were sent by the Vatican to investigate an event in like this this, I guess it's a home for women, and they basically find some creepy devil stuff going on there. Really cool, like possession, like haunted stuff, like The Exorcist. It's just good. It's so good.
All right, I like the look of it so far in the images.
Yeah, like it's
really.
It looks good. I mean, it doesn't look like super cheap, even though it like you can kind of tell it is cheap. And then just like the last third of the movie is just fucking crazy. I mean, the beginning's a little bit slow, so stick with it. They're kind of setting stuff up, but like about in the midpoint when things start to go crazy, it gets really good. And then like the last third of the movie is just bonkers, but it was good. I was really surprised by it, and you know it's on Shudder, and it's short. It's only like I think it's under an hour 30. So
see, that's the magic thing to say.
There you go.
I don't know
Review
that
of
for sure.
it?
I don't know for sure, but it's short.
You could say you love this movie, you could say you hate this movie, and we may or may not watch it. If you say, "Oh, it's under 90 minutes," we're all like, "Ooh, put that one down."
It
Exactly.
didn't feel like it was long. And
76 minutes.
So yeah, that's short, right?
That's
love
very
that.
short.
Jason, this is like your yin yang. It's the found footage, but it's demon possession.
I know. Damn it.
Why you don't like demon possession stuff?
I like possession stuff. I don't like exorcist stuff. I feel like
Oh.
every exorcism movie's the same. Tie them to the bed.
I mean, that's the thing, though. Like, there's definitely a definite formula for it, but I don't know. I like this. I don't think I've ever seen. Well, no, there was a.
What's the
exorcism
Tim
film.
micro category you put this in? Like, it's found footage priest movie. Like, you always have like a super micro. Like,
Yeah.
I love found footage, left-handed priest movies.
Found footage. Demon woman horror. I don't know.
Demon woman. horror.
Demon woman horror. Wow.
Demon woman horror. I don't know.
Make
It's
the label for
it's
that
cool.
one.
There's a lot of cool stuff in there, man. Just check it out. You won't be disappointed.
All right.
The thing is that you said it's on Shudder and Tubi,
Yeah.
and Chad loves Tubi so much that he'll watch it with commercials on Tubi over. Shudder.
Because also
weird.
Chad has realized the prints are better looking on Tubi
Yeah,
than they
they
are
are.
on
100%.
Shudder.
They are.
Really?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Shudder's bitrate is dog shit.
Yep.
I don't know why.
That's interesting.
All right. Jason, because we missed you so much.
Well, I only watched 2 movies on the flight over, 2 movies on the flight back. I watched no shows, no movies. I didn't read a page of a book the whole time I was in Germany. So I did when I got back. I finished From because I didn't watch any of it while I was there, and it ended while I was gone. So I won't talk about it too much because I've already mentioned the show twice. If you have not seen this and you love horror, you have to watch this show. It is crazy that nobody knows about. Well, I shouldn't say nobody knows about it. I'm seeing it get mentioned now, but I still haven't talked to anybody except Tim who's actually watched it.
It's on Paramount.
It's on
MGM?
MGM, but I
MGM.
think it's also on Prime. I think.
I don't know. The show is amazing. Everyone should watch it. It feels like a Stephen King Lost show. It's so freaking good, and the mystery keeps getting deeper. Like as they explain more, you only get more confused, which is just awesome writing. So I'm really, really digging this, and I am pumped for the third season, even though it's going to be like a freaking year away. But it's amazing that a show nobody has watched is going to get a third season.
I have an editor who loved it.
That season 2 ending, holy shitballs. Crazy stuff. It's good.
It's so freaking good. Get the I think there's a free trial of MGM Plus. Get it and watch From. It's amazing.
Okay.
All these free trials that I always forget to cancel.
That's why they do them.
That's what I do.
You need the Rocket app, whatever that thing's.
Got to get rid of Showtime because Yellow Jackets is over.
I'm still subscribed to Arrow. Like there's
jeez.
streaming service. Remember I signed up for that like 2 years ago?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm still subscribed. I haven't watched it in 2 years.
But all you really need is Tubi.
There you go.
You're not lying.
So, speaking of Tubi, let's go to the land of Tubi. Chad Lutzke.
Well, sorry to disappoint.
Oh,
I went to Showtime.
Whoa, this is off brand.
really?
You guys know I've been tackling the A24 stuff. And I was in the mood for some men.
Oh,
So,
this fucking movie.
Yeah.
so I watched the ultimate body horror movie ever, Men by A24.
Oh, I've seen that.
I didn't know if you guys had talked about this before.
Yeah.
I don't recall anybody talking about it, but I went in knowing nothing at all. Just that I would probably like it because of A24. It's about a woman who, after suffering a pretty dramatic event that reveals itself fairly quickly in the movie, she takes a sabbatical and stays in a manor in the English countryside. But soon after she's there, she starts seeing this naked dude running around, and that is not the plot. That's just something cool if you're into seeing naked guys run around.
Get out of my yard, Jack.
Hey, I was just looking for my wiffle ball. Sorry.
Kind of looked like Jack a little bit too.
Just hanging
Naked.
brain, man.
So it's far more than just this naked guy, and he's just the beginning of this bizarre tale. I pretty much loved every moment of this movie. It keeps you guessing. It was uncomfortable, bizarre, grotesque. It's also one of those movies that after you watch it, you're hunting the internet for, what does this mean?
Yeah.
What? You try to come up with your own conclusion. But if you can't come up with one, it doesn't really matter because of so many cool moments in here and the WTF ending where how many times can this person give birth? It is great. 100% worth watching. I wish that so many of us hadn't already seen it. Very worthy of.
You have to watch this movie just for the final act.
Yeah. But you'll be entertained throughout. And you'll be disturbed probably throughout, too. Some of the body horror stuff and some of the darkness that this woman is going through. So it's on Showtime. I don't know if it's streaming anywhere else. So, yeah, Men.
It's
Luckily, it
Alex
wasn't
Garland
Brandon.
has a twisted mind, man.
Love that movie.
Yeah.
It was so good.
I don't know why it never became like a main feature for us. It should have.
I don't know.
Oh, for sure. There's a lot to talk about.
There's a lot to talk. It's weird. Like I don't know that I'll ever watch it again, but I was like mesmerized while watching it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
That's
All
one
right,
of those
Jack.
ones that's going to get us canceled if we ever did it as a main feature. Somebody would say
Possibly.
something.
no, not
Okay.
somebody. Hunter would say something.
Yes.
Don't lump us in with you guys.
We can only hope my internet would crap out before I would.
Yeah.
It did save us once before.
I'm uncancelable. Yeah, oh hell. You picked up the torch. For sure.
Yeah.
All
That
right.
must be why she turned down the last Kumite.
Oh,
Probably.
I know what you're talking about.
Paul Reiser wants to kick you in the balls. What you got, Jack?
Great stuff.
In a year of not many good new releases, I found a good new release. It's called Brooklyn 45 on Shudder, and it's got our man Larry Fessenden.
Oh yeah.
So this one takes place in 1945, just after World War II, and it's like a single location in Larry Fessenden's apartment in Brooklyn, and he has invited his basically like lifelong friends who they're all have been, all except one of them, like we're all in the military. And Larry Fessenden's wife has recently committed suicide, and he's called everybody over, and eventually it turns out he has called them over to do a seance so they could contact his wife, and everything unfolds in this apartment. This movie it's not the most action-packed horror movie, but it is a well-written movie with some great moments of gore and horror. Even some of it's on a lower budget scale. It fits the mood and it looks great. But the acting and the writing is so good in this movie that it's really more of like a character piece, and the tension between them, and there's hidden motivations and people's pasts and stuff like that. It's a genuinely good movie. So
Wow.
but like
Now,
it's
what's
not
the name of
it's
it
not like
again?
a fast Brooklyn 45.
Where'd you see it?
Shudder.
Oh, okay. I have that. I can see it.
You have that. It's a good flick.
Yeah. Wow,
And
that's
Larry.
surprising. Dude, did you see that pic, that like the photo Larry has on IMDb?
No.
Yes.
Good God. Looks like he put his dick in an electrical socket. I love Larry.
You'll
He is
recognize
the
other
best.
people in the movie. Remember the movie The Ranger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
The
love
guy
that
from The
movie.
Ranger is in it.
Oh, cool.
Remember that not so good movie Two Witches that we watched?
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Remember there was the crazy girl and then like her normal roommate?
yeah.
Her normal roommate
Yeah.
is in it, and she's really good in it.
Oh.
Is that Christina? I saw
Australian?
Christina Kleb's name in it.
I forget.
She was in Halloween, the Rob Zombie Halloween movie.
She could be.
I still
So-
want to do a podcast called Larry Fessenden Stories and just get anyone who's ever worked with him and just talk about Larry. Be the greatest show on earth.
We're gonna get him on someday, baby.
I hope so.
He's such a character, man.
I was watching something with him the other day, and I just like happened to turn it on. I forget what movie it was.
Yeah,
He's
he's
awesome.
getting better as he gets older, man.
Well, practice
a
makes
force.
perfect. All right. So my family and I, we were way up in Maine in the Lakes region. And it's also, it's the town where we were in. Stephen King lived there for a while. A couple of like The Mist is set in that town. And I will tell you all that The Mist is set in a supermarket that was called Food City. Now, a lot of people go to Food City now. It's in a different location from when he wrote the book. But the actual location, they're tearing down next year. So sad to see it go. But it's also like a big camp capital. Like along that lake, there's a ton of camps. So when we got back home, I said, I want to remember like camp times and also when I had VD. So I watched The Burning.
There you go.
Have you guys ever seen The Burning? I'm sure you have.
It's
Costanza?
like one of my favorite movies ever made.
I've seen it with you.
It is. I love this movie. I watch this all the time. Now, if you watch this movie, it has Jason Alexander, George Costanza.
Art
It has
Vandalay.
It's like his first movie.
Art Vandalay. It has
Can't stand you.
Fisher Stevens is in it. He's one of the camp counselors. So is Holly Hunter. But the best part about this movie was created by my favorite person on earth, Harvey Weinstein. I don't think he's ever had any complications in his life whatsoever. But this is a Weinstein cash grab during the time when like camp movies were a big deal. And it deals with a bunch of fun camp counselors burning the old camp, handyman Cropsey, burning him up. And now it's years later. That's a new set of campers. This kid here, he was in Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Yes,
So the
Ratner.
dorky kid.
Yeah.
he was in Fast Times. The music is by one of the guys from Yes. I mean, this movie is freaking excellent. Like, if you're gonna watch like the ultimate camp murder movie, this is
the
it.
one with the clippers,
Yep.
right?
With the
Yep.
with the shears, yeah. So this movie is so much fun, and it's cool to see like Costanza with hair and Holly Hunter looking so young.
Tom Savini did the FX for it.
Yep, he made the cut up fingers and the burned faces and shit like that.
The shears that go like through.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
The old-
there. You go, right
The
there.
old bloody good horror logo.
Yeah, I still have that
That's
shirt.
right.
So, if this summer, if you're looking for a great camp horror movie, other than Friday the 13th, The Burning is the movie you should watch. And
Other
if you
than
find that,
Sleepaway Camp.
Yeah.
and Sleepaway Camp, if you like Dingles at
Triple
the end,
feature.
every time I see Felissa Rose now, I'm like, no, she doesn't have a penis. But this movie is a must watch, by all means. So
I haven't seen this in a long time. I really need to revisit it.
I used to watch this movie like every summer.
it was on one of the cable channels because I didn't have to bring out my Blu-ray. I forget, maybe Hulu or Peacock, one of those. So
I've actually
Watch it or
bought the
die.
Blu-ray like 3 times because I keep lending it out to people who never give it back. So
someone owes me my Blu-ray of X, and I'm getting pretty pissed that I haven't gotten it back in 3 months. I'm about to kill him. Kill him, and then take
Do
all
it.
his DVDs.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, jerk.
Is it somebody in this room?
No, it's all good. Jack, you're fine, Jack.
No,
Someone
I
at
know, I know
work.
which I know which of your DVDs I have.
Yeah, that's fine.
Not X.
Yeah, X is you can keep it. So we're right back to our Cornholio. Oh, by the way, have you watched the new Beavis and Butthead?
no, I haven't. I don't know. I think my humor has changed in like 30 years. So I mean, I don't know if I'll find it as funny as I did in like the early 90s.
Did you see
laughed
some clips?
out loud?
No, I haven't. I haven't seen anything from it. My friend whose humor hasn't changed in 30 years says it's hilarious. So
It's as
I'm
good.
sticking
It's like he didn't miss a beat.
yeah.
I haven't watched the movie yet, but my buddy Dave showed me a couple clips, and it was legitimately hilarious. So I really want to watch it.
There's an
I might check
episode
it
where
out.
they go to an escape room, but they think they're in an escape room, but they're actually locked in the bathroom. It's freaking nuts. It's
sounds
awesome.
like Hunter Shea's every day.
Pretty much. Like Titicaca.
All right, so it's my turn. All right,
Yeah.
I watched the entire season 6 of Black Mirror this last week.
Oh,
Is that out?
Yeah, it's out. No,
Is
I
that on
watched
Netflix?
it before it came out.
If you could have gotten a screener, tough guy.
I'm not that
Come
cool.
on.
I don't get Netflix screeners. What are you, nuts?
Oh, Netflix. Two of us don't have it anymore.
Oh, that's a shame. That
Mm-hmm.
is a shame. Overall, liked the season. Little bit light on the Black Mirror like concept with like technology and future stuff, but they like leaned into some horror stuff heavy. Like there's 2 episodes that like honestly have nothing to do with Black Mirror, but are just straight up horror shorts. It's pretty cool. There's like one that's just like a straight up werewolf movie. And then there's one that's like kind of like a thriller murder mystery. But yeah, I don't know. Overall, pretty cool.
Without
stuff.
giving away anything, I watched one. I watched the Zazie Beats one.
Okay, that's the one. Yeah, I
Don't say
yeah.
anything about what
I won't
happens
say
in
anything
that.
about it. But that was
my-
one of the ones that was like straight up horror.
Right. So my nephew was like, "Hey, this season is a little different." He goes, "But I think you'd love this one." I didn't know anything. Watched it, and I loved that episode.
It was good. It was a good episode. I enjoyed it.
So I
But,
haven't
like,
seen any other ones.
But again, like it had nothing to do with Black
Yeah.
Mirror, like the concept of it. So, but overall, I liked it. I think my favorite episode was the first one. It was called "Joan is Awful."
That the Salma Hayek one.
Yeah,
What?
Salma Hayek's in it.
This is some Hayek one?
It's
Hold on.
basically like
Just
somebody's
my
getting
stamp.
Netflix back.
Oh, God.
it's basically about this woman who's like kind
Hunter.
of terrible. She goes through Yeah, you're gonna
Thank
need
you.
a lot
Thank you.
of
Thank you.
those, Hunter. But it's basically about this woman. She goes through her work day, and you find out she's kind of like an awful person. She like fires a friend, and she does it in like this kind of mean way. And then she gets home and she's hanging out with her boyfriend, and they put on Netflix, which is like a fake Netflix. Like they just made up like a fake Netflix, and she finds this show called Jonah's Awful, and it's her face, and it's like everything about her. And she watches the show, and it's her entire day that she's just lived the first episode. And like, so then like it sends her like on this downward spiral and like all this like weird stuff. Like it's pretty cool. It was a cool creative episode. So I don't know. I liked it. I liked the season, and I could always have more Black Mirror in my life.
We all could.
You might make me get Netflix for a month just to watch that.
It was
Not
cool,
me.
man. I mean, Netflix has some good stuff from time. I mean,
I'll wait till it's
I
on
like
Tubi.
I don't think it's ever going to go
It's
on
Netflix,
Tubi.
man. It's
It'll
not-
be there eventually.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think that's how it
Trust
works.
me. It'll get there. Trust me.
Okay.
Chad and I know. We just wait patiently. You got no.
This
patience,
isn't
young
this isn't
kids.
HBO. They're not going to like sell off all of their stuff to like different.
They're gonna go out of
streaming
business
companies.
soon anyway.
Yeah, they're going to go out of business and end up selling it all to Prime.
That's right. Go
They
woke,
might.
go broke.
They just built a Netflix studio like a half hour from me. Big ass studio.
Yeah, in the
They're
fucking
gonna shoot
swamps in
movies there,
Jersey.
so.
Probably,
I'm
yeah,
getting
it's
close.
Nothing.
I'm getting close to canceling Netflix. If they
Join
start to
us.
really prevent you from watching Netflix when you're not at home on a different TV,
Oh,
that
yeah.
might be the
do that.
last straw. Yeah, they're doing a thing where you can't. They're really limiting.
Only
and
on
it's-
your assigned television.
Yeah, so like anything like Hulu or Disney Plus, you can have different family members and all this
Yeah.
other stuff. Netflix is going like the route of, no, it's you and your like IP or whatever. And
Yeah.
if
Get
you're
out.
like if you
Screw
like
that.
go to watch it, if you have divorced parents and you're at your mother's house and then you go to your
Yeah.
father's house, you have to have a separate account. Like
That's that's
Tacking $10 onto their subscription fee didn't do anything for them, or what?
I guess not.
They just spend way too much money. They just buy and make anything, which
Yeah.
I don't care at. Whatever, but it
Wow.
is.
All right.
Yeah.
So I got to get a beer. And while I do that, I want Jason to talk about what other thing you watched on a plane.
This is good timing. Go ahead, get your
Is
beer.
it? Is this going to
Yeah.
be long?
No. Nope.
By the
I'll
way,
be done by the time you get back.
if I'm not back, Chad's next.
All right.
Go for it.
Just gonna wait for you to actually get out of frame.
I feel like that was code for I also
Hold
have
on,
to
I'm
take a shit real quick.
Yeah.
No, I
He
don't.
is in the bathroom.
I
He is
take
in the
Imodium
bathroom.
every time.
There's no
I take
real
Imodium
quick.
before the show.
He's reaching for a book.
there's no real quick. Yeah.
No, not with him.
Wait,
No.
I want to get out real quick. Let me grab a Chad novella.
So
He comes back. I just finished Skullface Boy.
the timing is funny because on the plane I actually read To the Devil a Cryptid. So
Did you want to jump out of the plane?
yeah, so that's why it took me 2 days to get home because they turned the plane around because I was having a meltdown. Man, this book is so Hunter Shea. It's insane. It is so fast paced. I mean, it starts with a lightning strike and a goat man, and then it just gets crazier from there. I mean, there's like a woman who's melted into a pile of goo, but she's still alive because she came back from hell. Like, there is wild shit in this. And I blasted through this book, but it is quintessential Hunter Shea. So if you like his manic writing, then you need to read this book.
I went to buy it, and he said, "Don't. I'll send you a copy." But yeah, I don't have one. I'm still waiting for my Samantha Fox poster too, Hunter.
That
Go to
happens
any
a
Goodwill.
lot.
There should be a pile of them.
Yeah, I never even get the offer for the free copy, so I bought that. But
Jason,
You know
you're
what?
right though. That is like the fastest paced book ever.
yeah, it is. It's a real piece of shit.
Wait, what book is this?
I'll give you a hint. It starts with a lightning strike.
Whatever.
That's literally what I read on the plane. So
Wow.
there you go. Yeah,
And the plane didn't
I'm done.
crash.
I'm done talking about it now. So go ahead,
Fine,
Chad.
good. Chad.
All right. I forgot. I did watch Tubi. Of course. I mean, it's kind of
Yeah.
like, it's like a vitamin. It's something you need, something I need. So, 1977. I hadn't seen this since it came out in the 70s. So I was expecting to be humored through most of it. And that's Kingdom of the Spiders.
Yes.
Oh.
I also expected to be entertained heavily by just nostalgia. Yes, thank you, Jack. I was actually going to have you do that for me.
Love it.
But instead of leaning on my nostalgia, I was highly entertained and shocked. I don't recall the brutality that these spiders went through. My gosh. They could never make a movie like this today. There's just no way.
There's a scene of like a car driving down the road.
Oh,
got to run over like 100 spiders.
Crushing
yeah,
them.
these spiders are getting stepped on. I know that William Shatner was bit on the set, and there are two scenes that you can for sure tell he just got bit right there.
They
His
were
reaction
dumping
is-
like boxes of tarantulas on him.
Yes, his reaction is very genuine.
What's his name in that? Rack or something like that?
What's that?
His character name is like Rack or something like that.
I think it is Rack.
Rack and
I-
pin.
Jesus.
There's the scene.
I don't
Jeez.
think I can watch this. I don't
But
think I can
William
watch
Shatner is pure gold in here as like a womanizing like. That's another reason why he wouldn't be able to do this movie. He's typical 70s machismo and with this charm and
What the hell is that?
Damn.
Oh
I didn't
my
know
God.
Dave was killed in this movie.
but
I couldn't get away.
this is definitely my most favorite like animals attack movie. If
I've
you
never
have
seen
not-
this.
If
Oh,
you have
dude.
not seen this, you have to watch it.
Never seen it.
There's also
It's-
Riff Tracks is a good version. Is a good way to watch this movie.
It's just
Yeah.
a good. It's not like so bad it's good or anything. It's just a good movie, man. And I had forgotten about the ending until just before it happened, and I was like, "Oh, that's right." And then it happened. But yeah, what a great movie, Kingdom of the Spiders. I think I was 7 or 8 when I first saw it, and I hadn't seen it since. And man, does it hold up.
Shatner
It's
said it
no
was
Night
hard
of
to
the
get.
Lepus.
Shatner said it was hard to get actresses to be in this movie because none of them wanted to have spiders on them.
I
Yeah,
believe it.
They actually
I wouldn't
want
want
to be around
spiders
him.
on me. That sucks.
You couldn't get me to do this movie.
No, no,
I wouldn't
not at
work
all.
on this movie. Nothing.
Oh,
I don't
there's
even
so
want to
many
watch
spiders.
this movie, to be honest with
There's
you.
Woody Strode. I'd be in this
This
movie.
movie's awesome. I
Yeah,
own
so
it.
many spiders. So many spiders died. Oh my gosh, so many. Just crushed and splattered and
Yeah.
broken, thrown around.
Yeah.
But it's on Tubi if anybody wants to check it out, and I highly recommend doing that.
Jack and I second that emotion.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
I may just go watch it after this and skip the All-Star game altogether.
Yeah, Shatner's toupee was awesome.
I think somebody actually sent me this. I'm gonna have to check it out.
It's not so bad. It's good.
No,
You know what though? Sometimes I like highlighting a movie like this that maybe a lot of people haven't seen.
Right.
Jason, one of the things he said it. They use real spiders, and like Shatner is getting bit by spiders. Like this would all be CG now.
Right.
yeah,
Exactly.
It would look terrible.
Yeah. So I might watch this anyway. Just
You should.
I like highlighting crazy old movies. You know.
All right, Jack.
do it up.
What do you got in your chamber?
I read a book by Mr. Jonathan Janz called The Raven.
No, The Raven. I think he
Raven.
wrote a sequel to that. I might
He
be
did.
wrong,
I'm
but I
reading
think he
that
did.
now.
Jan's that party animal.
Party animal. This
Drink
one,
bubble tea and get fucked up.
this one is kind of a horror action book. So it's about a world where scientists do something that ends up affecting human genes, and it turns out there was like latent genes that turns out like vampires and werewolves and other mythical creatures were real and they were latent, and this brings it out. So like once that happens, a bunch of people turn into vampires and other creatures and cannibals and other things. And so a lot of the world is like destroyed, killed, and now like these creatures are running the show. So these are kind of survivors trying to make their way in the land. So Janz and I have a lot in common. We're both big vampire guys and everything. So it's like, oh, Janz has got vampires and werewolves. He wrote a werewolf book I haven't read yet that I have. It's like, I gotta check this out. Wolfland, yeah. So this good summer read. It's a, like I said, it's a very action oriented, but it's got a really really fun werewolf scene in this book.
Oh,
So,
cool, man.
Good, like if you're going on vacation or something like that. This is a good read, like that. Well done, Mr. Jansen. I'm reading the sequel now, so I wanted to keep going. Sometimes I read these part ones of people's things, and I'm like, hey, great, okay, what's next? Somewhere
Good
else.
job there, buddy.
I think I have that. Who was the publisher? They sold like a bunch of books for like $5.
Flame Tree.
That's Flame
Yeah,
Tree.
Flame 3.
Dude, I bought a ton and made him sign all of them at Scares.
They did not do that this year. It was always their 4th of July, every book for $5. They did not do it this year.
I mean, they have to be
Very
losing
disappointing.
money on that. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's how I got a couple Hunter's books and the last
Yeah.
Tim Wagner book I got.
Dude, that's like the authors. That's when we would just stock up on our supplies.
Yeah, $5 is nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well. All right. Since we watched a crappy Stephen King movie adaptation for this main feature, oh, spoiler alert! I said let me go back to watch something good, and we watched the original Pet Sematary.
Hmm.
Which
Sometimes dead is better.
sometimes that is better.
Is better.
The ground
That-
is spoiled.
That Achilles scene.
Oh,
Oh,
brutal.
God damn.
I love that movie because Judd or whatever, Jed, what's his name?
Judd.
Like, there's a pet cemetery, don't ever use it. However, here's exactly how to use it.
Let me tell you what to do. I know. But by the way, he nails that Maine accent because I've been up in Maine a lot in my life. And there was one guy I was doing a book signing in a little bookstore, and I just go, I want to find something for my mother. I'm like, holy fuck, is Judd in here? But this movie holds up still. And I love that it's directed by a woman, Mary Lambert.
Mary Lambert's awesome.
Yeah, just incredible. I will say the main guy, Lewis, who's Dale Midkiff, he looks like he is stoned the entire movie. Like he has no ability to emote. But this movie does give us the murder of a small child. It gives us Zelda. It gives us who's the guy who keeps coming back from the dead.
Yeah.
Oh
the
my
jogger.
god, I can't remember his name now.
It starts with a
Yeah, Paxcow.
Paxcow.
Paxcow. So there's a lot of cool scenes in this movie that are just part of like horror iconography at this point.
And the chick
I
from
love that,
Star Trek: The Next Generation.
dude. Denise Crosby kicked off there, does this, and pretty much blacklisted. I think they said she was difficult to work with, which only works with women. Guys, they just keep going, oh, Johnny Depp, he's so much fun.
He's a
A
rascal.
little difficult. Yeah, he's such a rascal.
unless you're Marlon Brando.
Marlon still got work. He worked up into the
Yeah,
end.
but he was difficult to work with.
He was very difficult, but they still would work with him. Women are like difficult to work with. See you later. The best part is the road that this thing is on with all these trucks, these logging trucks and stuff, is the road where the exact same road where I stay on up in Maine. So I completely understand how people can get murdered at any minute's notice on that road.
You're
But it's so
actually
good.
the bad hunter that came back.
I probably am. There's a moment I don't remember in Maine once. So,
Dude,
that
let me
could
tell
be
you
my
something.
dad.
Dead is definitely better in this case.
By the way, for years, my wife and I, well, at random, we'll always go, church smells bad. One of those lines. So, if you want a very good Stephen King adaptation, Pet Sematary is it, not the remake.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how do you feel about the remake? Having rewatched,
Yeah, I can wipe my ass with that remake, but this
I like it. I like it, man.
you like the
The
remake?
remake?
Tim, you're with me, aren't you?
You suck.
I remember thinking it was okay, but now I'm trying to remember things in it, and I can't.
I didn't
No.
really like the remake that much.
It was garbage.
Yeah.
But
Hot
I'll tell you what,
trash.
that book is intense.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, because after watching this, I said, I haven't read the book since probably 1990. I gotta revisit it because I remember that's the only book he ever wrote that gave me the willies.
yeah.
I was gonna say that it's the first Stephen King book I ever wrote, and it's like the first book that ever gave me like the willies.
I see Tim. Tim caught that.
Yeah, I did. Too.
Anybody else
Zach,
catch
you
that?
wrote
No.
a Stephen King book?
Did I say wrote?
That's impressive.
You did.
I was like,
No wonder that one had a good ending.
Secret's out.
Yeah.
yeah. I remember there's a scene in the book, the funeral scene. That's
The
just
hand job scene?
So brutal.
Yes, the hand job scene.
Yeah, the hand job scene too,
Yeah,
but mostly the funeral scene.
yeah.
Gotta
Dude,
watch
that whole book is intense, man.
There's a scene where the I think it's when he's digging the body up, and like there's something about moss on the body
Mm.
that was just like I was
But
like
it's funny when
high
he
school
dug
when
up
I read that.
Gage, his little kid. My wife pointed
Yeah.
out, like he pulls a body out. She goes, "That kid, you could put in a mayonnaise jar." He was 2 feet tall and got hit by a semi. He's literally liquid. But we'll let that go for the movie.
Mm.
Well,
No
you
fair, no fair.
You can't have a puddle of jelly coming back and killing everyone.
You could. It would be awesome.
Sometimes
Be like-
jarred is better.
Like that goo in the raft. Oh, all right. Does anyone have anything else? Are we?
I have a quick story that I already shared with Jack and Jason the other night, but I was reminded of it because of Jason's very meta experience watching a Cynthia Rothrock movie with Cynthia Rothrock, and how cool that must have been.
Oh, I know where you're going.
I had Tom Sullivan over, and for those who don't know who Tom Sullivan is, he did all of the special effects for the original Evil Dead, including the claymation, all that stuff. He also did the book for part 2 and some of the Deadite stuff in part 2 as well. And he came over because we were going to watch Midsummer because he hadn't seen it. So as we're getting ready to watch Midsummer, I find out that he has not seen Evil Dead Rise. And I was like, oh, dude, we have to watch this then. So when we got done with the 3 hours of Midsummer, and I had to sit through that thing again, not bashing it. It's just like, it's not one of those movies that you can't wait to watch again.
I can. I'd watch
Well,
the movie every day.
This is a guy who just said he liked the Pet Cemetery remake and not Midsummer.
But so I watched Evil Dead Rise with Tom Sullivan, and it was pretty cool. I at one point when right after the title card came up, I said, Tom, I paused the movie. I said, what's this like, man, for you to watch like all of these other, like the remake and this based on stuff that you helped create? And he said, I would have rather won the lottery. And
Wow.
because I told you guys before, he's not, it's not like he's super bitter. It's just, he's not out there running around like Bruce Campbell and Sam Raimi and pretty much anybody else involved in that
He
movie.
should be able to.
Yeah.
For what he did.
I mean, there's been a documentary made. When I met Tom, he got no recognition. But since then, that was like 25 years ago. But since then, he's, they had the documentary. He was finally going to conventions and stuff like that, and had his whole Evil Dead museum. Owns everything from that, everything you can think of, from the little jewelry box to, because he painted on it, to the daggers and all
To
that
the
kind of stuff.
pendant
So
and everything.
that was
He's
very
such a
cool,
nice
man.
guy, by the way. I spent time with him in Minnesota, and he was awesome.
Yeah, he's a great guy, and he didn't, he never he didn't sit there and critique anything, or you're like, oh, that's lame. I mean, he like laughed a couple times at when you're supposed to, as far as like the gore, like the cheese grater and stuff like that. It's like, oh man. But I just was wondering, especially when they show the Book of the Dead, is he sitting there thinking, my book's so much better than that? My pages are so much drawn so much better, because that's what I was thinking.
Right.
So yeah, it was pretty cool. I'm glad that I had seen Evil Dead with him before. Oh, and he told me a story about Sam Raimi stealing from Salem's Lot, because when they were filming Evil Dead, they were all like 10 of them were living in this farmhouse, and they were in the basement when Salem's Lot was being aired on TV originally. And the scene where the Glick boy is floating in the window came on, and Sam said, "Oh, they're using a lift. That's what we're doing tomorrow with Cheryl." And
wow.
that's where they get the idea.
And Jack, we had our meta movie watching moment watching Frankenhooker with Frankenhooker dressed as
That's true. That was
Frankenhooker.
we were the ones who told her that it
Wow.
was happening.
That's cool.
It's like they're showing that movie. We're like, yeah. She shut her booth down, followed us to go watch that movie. I think that's the best. Is that as good as it gets?
We peaked.
Oh, I don't know. Chad had him in his house, right?
Oh yeah, that beats us. But
Yeah,
So
he's
we had
been in my
Patty
house a
Mullen
handful
in
of
the
times.
house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
watching
so,
movies
all
and
right.
stuff.
Chad wins. All right. So let's get on to our main feature, the brand new. Although it says it was made in 2020, it came out. I don't know.
I think
But
it
anyway.
was made and delayed.
Yeah, brand new. Children of the Corn.
You like scary movies?
Uh-huh.
What's your favorite scary movie?
I don't know.
You have to have a favorite. What comes to mind?
Normally, I would have Jack synopsize the movie, but we have a Children of the Corn expert in our midst. His name is Jason Brandt, who's just sitting back going, please, I hope the teacher doesn't call on me. But if anyone can explain this, it's you.
I did write a little song for it.
Oh, yes, do that.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
then all right,
But
Jack.
it's not really a recap, so I could do the song and then he can recap it.
Suck it, Hunter. No, song's fine. Do you need
All
music?
right, yeah, do the song.
No. And Hunter and Tim, you'll probably be able to join in with me on the chorus.
It's not for me, dog.
Chad, beatbox.
What the hell is going on?
No way.
Corn down in a dead man's town. The first year I took when I hit the ground.
Jersey.
End up like a parent, been beat too much. Kids spent half their lives just to cover it up. I was corn in the USA. I was corn in the USA. Children of the corn in the USA. Corn in the USA.
It's actually
Good
kind
job,
of
Jack.
impressive.
What?
That's better than the movie, by the way. That's as good as it gets. Good night, everybody.
Tim's a Jersey guy.
I got more enjoyment out of that.
Yeah. That was highly entertaining and actually not terrible. So good job.
Thank you. See? Now, I forget who suggested we watch this movie. Chad.
I did.
But based on Tim Wagner. So all blame goes to Tim Wagner.
Yes.
At this point.
100%. And the people commenting, agreeing with him.
People waited
I mean, was
6
he
weeks
hammered?
to
And
watch
I
the show.
knew from the get go, I was like, this is not going to be good.
Of course
But I
not.
knew it
It's
would
Children
be-
of the Corn.
But I figured it'd be funny to do this.
Yes, absolutely. It's more funny when you crap on a movie. So, Jason, our resident mangled corn expert, what did you think of this?
Oh, my God. All right. So this is written and directed by Kurt Wimmer, who I just
love
watched.
Kurt Wimmer.
Really? I bet you do.
I mean, Equilibrium's a great movie. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, you probably like Ultraviolet as well, right?
I remember watching it. I only
Jesus
watched
Christ,
it once, and I don't remember it enough to say if I liked it or not. But I don't remember like having a strong
That
opinion either
movie
way.
sucked a bag of dicks.
Was it bad?
That movie
I don't
was
remember.
so bad.
I remember when it came out, and I'm pretty sure I was like really stoned when I watched it. So I don't.
We were really drunk watching it down in Port St. Lucie after a Mets game. We're like, what the fuck are we watching?
I
What movie?
have.
Equilibrium?
Equilibrium's great though.
Who's in that?
Equilibrium.
Yeah.
Christian Bale. I think Sean Bean's in it.
Ultraviolet is Mila Jovovich.
Yeah. Who's
I don't
always
think I
fun to
ever saw it.
watch.
It's
I
Mila
don't remember-
Jovovich. It's her midriff. the
I
whole
remember
movie.
that. I remember
Yeah.
Ultraviolet.
So I have
Equilibrium's great though.
accidentally watched 3 Kurt Wimmer movies very back to back. We did Ultraviolet on So Bad It's Good a couple weeks ago. I recorded One Man's Justice with Matthias Huss, which is a Kurt Wimmer movie, like 2 weeks ago. And now I have watched Children of the Corn by Kurt Wimmer. Now, the man's only directed 4 goddamn movies, and I've watched 3 of them accidentally in the last 2 months. So I don't know what is happening to my life, but oh man, this is. Here's the thing I don't understand: how hard is it to make a Children of the Corn movie, just and not have it suck? It's a
Apparently,
simple
it's
idea.
impossible.
What's that?
It's impossible.
Wait, do you guys not like the first one? Because I like the first one.
No, the
original.
first one's boring.
I think the
liked it.
first one is okay. I think it is failed by the horrible effects at the end. And I think its reputation is better maybe than it deserves because the other movies are so bad. It makes that movie look good, kind of.
Yep.
This is brutal, man. This is just, instead of seeing nothing walking behind the rose, it's Groot walking behind the rose.
I am corn.
Yeah.
So bad.
They replaced Malachi with Eden. And the little girl did fine, but she's just not scary. I
kind of like the little girl, by the way.
Yeah,
it was like
fine.
It was like you replaced the Annabelle doll. The Annabelle is a Raggedy Ann doll with an evil, like an over-the-top evil doll. So I like the cute little kid who's actually a piece of garbage.
So the thing I really didn't understand, and I had a lot of issues with this, but I had a lot of continuity issues with this. Like, why does no one fight back? The whole movie. These are children.
Well, there could have been fighting back, but they just gloss over everything.
Yeah, like they
who
just
knows?
ended up in the jail. Like I didn't understand like how the logistics of like how some stuff.
Weren't you sitting there going, I could kick that kid's ass?
Should we just go right to spoilers?
Yeah,
No,
fuck it.
who cares?
Yeah, this is all bets are off.
You know what? It's
Are we
not
doing,
spoilers,
are we
it's
doing round
saviors.
robin first?
Yeah, I don't like it. There you go. Somebody else go.
You don't like it. All right, Chad.
I'd only ever seen the original Children of Corn, and I think I saw the second one.
You lucky
Why
fucker.
the hell did we listen to you?
And then I saw the far superior Disciples of the Crow, which is the movie that came out before the movie that came out
the
before
12-minute
Children of the Corn.
movie.
The 19-minute thing on YouTube, which is good. And I've talked about it on here before. That being said, this movie blew away Amityville Death Toilet.
There's the bar. Holy cow.
I freaking hated this movie. The only thing I will say good about it is eventually I realized that this Negan girl was she acted well. I thought she did a good job. None of it made sense. And I will say this too: there were even 2 like one-liners that I thought were actually decent. One of them was, I don't know, I'd call it a one-liner. It's way past my bedtime. I kind of got a chuckle.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
Which is probably the best part of the movie. But yeah, the movie made no sense. The writing was, I mean, just horrendous writing. It felt like almost like a mashup. Like, you guys go film over here and you film over here. You do your thing. We're gonna put these things together and make a corn movie. Just make sure that you keep it about corn. And I'm with you. But I think it was Jack who said, or maybe it was Jason, how hard is it to do something like this? The concept is freaking great. You've got a cult of children that are hanging out in cornfields, because cornfields, when you put them in that context, they become really creepy. And it should be easy to do, and but it's not. I apparently
We've seen signs with the cornfields shot in a good way. We've seen Pet Cemetery with the scary kid murdering people. You put them together. This isn't difficult. I don't get it.
I think the concept is not good enough to make a movie, and I think we've proven it now with this, like the 12th movie. The core concept sucks and can't be made into a movie.
I like it.
Whereas, like
I think
Invasion
it's
of
got
the
a great
Body
concept.
Snatchers is a great concept that makes good movies. This is a shit concept that makes shit movies.
I like it.
Disagree.
Yeah, totally disagree.
Well,
Disagree.
by the
they were
way,
gonna t-
the empirical proof is in my favor.
I mean, I can't argue that.
You guys lose on that one.
I was hoping that
Proof
they
is
were,
overrated.
I was hoping that they were going to use the chemicals and the whole like idea of hallucination to make this into
Yes.
something that, you know, the kids were like hallucinating the whole time. I was like, okay, if they're going to do that, this might be cool.
That's why I was like so into it in like the beginning. I'm like, oh, they're setting up some like really cool stuff. Like the character stuff was like really cool too. Like the dynamic between like the sister and the brother, but then the brother like never really appears again the entire
Oh,
movie.
I can't stand that guy. I couldn't wait for him. I just wanted him to die.
I didn't
from-
like him, but like I liked like
He's such a whiner.
the family dynamic that kind of just like never went anywhere. And that was kind of like my biggest problem with the movie is like it had all these threads that were just never tied up.
Like the silk of a corn.
Yeah, like they established all these things like Chad said, the like the powder stuff in the beginning never came back.
Nope.
There was nothing to do with that. Just like all the weird like it was like nobody checked that they didn't have like a script supervisor or like anybody to go through it and be like, okay, wait, I don't know if any of you guys have smoked in your life or have ever used a cigarette lighter in your car. But
Dude,
they
yes.
do not stay burning hot for like 20 minutes. Like, what was that? Like, that made no sense. There was just like a lot of like weird stuff like that just like didn't add up. But I will say the last like 4 frames of the movie were like the best frames because the ending was actually pretty cool. But again, it was like that ending was for a completely different Children of the Corn movie because it didn't match up to like the entire 88 minutes before it. Like it just like it was just like so many different things, like so many different ideas. They just kind of like threw it everywhere and it didn't really make sense.
You make a great point. The very end, the last 5 seconds are the only thing that ties in with something that was said or written earlier in the movie. It's like, oh, I remember that line. That's the only time that you're like, oh, that actually paid off a little bit.
Yeah. I don't know like what went wrong, where it was. I mean, I don't think they probably had a solid script to begin with, but I feel like it was just
I don't think they had a solid script to begin with.
From the
hell
writers
do
of
you think?
Ouija Shark.
You went into Children of the Corn movie. You thought, I bet you the script was really worked on hard.
I don't know. Like I understand. I'm sure like they were just like, all right, we have
burning the midnight.
We have this
corn
IP that like always makes money for some reason, right? So let's just keep doing it.
I don't believe any of those movies made money.
They have to have made money,
They
otherwise
have to.
this movie would not exist.
But not in America. In Belarus, probably somewhere where no one has any fucking clue what a movie's like.
You know, this movie actually made it to theaters for like a week.
What?
So it could get Academy Award consideration.
Did you know that? Did you know that it cost them $10 million to make this movie, and it only made $500,000?
$10 million?
Get out of here!
Yeah,
That's a lot of corn.
it's a lot
Where
of
did it
corn.
go?
Wow.
To pay the guy
CGI.
from
Groot,
Batman v
Groot cost
Superman.
them $10,000 or $10.
The preacher guy who was from like Road Warrior.
Oh,
him.
can we talk about the preacher guy real quick?
Wait, I haven't even spoke my piece.
Oh,
All
yeah,
right,
Jack,
all
you're
right,
up.
all right.
Hi, I'm Tim. I
You
want to be on the
forgot how
show.
it works. Jesus.
I can buy a corn tree beard behind the rows. I have trouble with a police force that can't handle one kid with a knife with like a taser or some billy clubs.
Yeah.
So they dump poison through the window to knock him out and kill all the kids.
Yeah.
Best
I-
episode of Cops ever.
That was so dumb. I rewound it twice because I thought I was missing something. I was not.
Nope.
Yeah.
I also think this movie's just like not suitable for like a modern time. Like,
Oh, it was made in
I-
modern time.
no, but like, you know what I mean? Like there's so many things that could have prevented this from happening in a
Well,
modern
they tried to go with the
age.
GMO thing.
Like at least like back in the day, there wasn't like cell phones and stuff. Like you couldn't just like call somebody and be like, "Hey, there's these fucking psychotic kids like running our town."
Right.
Like
Yeah.
at least back in the
Look,
day,
there's
like
Groot. Click, click, click.
it's a little bit more believable. Like in the 70s when
Yeah.
I think the short story was originally.
I'd g-
But
I-
anyway, go ahead, Jack.
How long do you boil corn for?
Tim, you brought up the lighter, and that was
Fresh
one of the,
corn, 1 minute.
That was for
Just
sure
so you
one
know.
of the things that I was going to bring
5
up
to 10
tonight
minutes.
because when that scene came, I could not believe it because I was like, "What is?" Because like maybe 90 seconds went by, and those when you pull those things out, they immediately stop.
Yeah.
That orange is only there for just a second.
You could touch it with your finger in like 2 minutes easily.
Yeah, so I was like, well, she's not really going to use that lighter. I don't understand how nobody on set or who read the script or whatever was like, you can't do that, right? That's impossible to do because like nobody's going to call you out on that.
No one on set has ever even seen a cigarette lighter.
I was
going to
say, kids are like, "What's that?"
No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
all
what I
Gen
plug my cell
Zers.
phone into.
They have no idea.
Tina
Yeah.
says cars don't even have cigarette lighters anymore, but they at least it was like a what was it? They say it was like a 60.
Yeah, it was an old car, like an
Yeah,
old
it was an old
classic or
car.
something.
It would have it.
But
yeah.
she when she did that, she was still dripping in fuel. Yet
Yeah,
she
But
didn't
she could have
get
just
burned up
had
at
a
all.
lit cigarette. She could have been like, "Can I have a cigarette?"
yeah.
before
She
I-"
should have lit the thing and then started smoking it. But you know what? You can't have kids smoking. Anyone under
That's true.
21 smoking in movies anymore, so they couldn't
The
really
girl's
do
probably
that.
37.
Well,
Real
she
life.
should have been engulfed in flames.
It would be
What
great
I'm
if
saying.
she, you know how like in those movies they take the lighter and they throw it onto the gasoline. And it would be great if she had like a Bic lighter and she goes, "Oh yeah, well I'm gonna light this down," and she flicks a Bic and throws it, but Bics naturally stop running when you let go of them, and it just hits
Yep.
the ground and doesn't work.
To be,
My
to be fair,
Yeah.
I flicked a cigarette into a bucket of gas that was about maybe this full, and the cigarette went out and nothing happened.
Yeah,
Dude,
nothing.
I was just going to say, my sister
movie
dated a
nonsense.
mechanic, and he used to love, he had a bucket of gas, and he used to love throwing his cigarettes in the gas to scare people.
Yep.
It doesn't do a damn thing.
It doesn't do anything.
Nope.
I remember this this guy that my mom dated briefly, like back, I don't know, like in the 90s. Like anytime he went to like fill up his car with gas, he would always smoke a cigarette like while he was pumping his gas. Like and everyone would like yell at him, and he's like, "Nothing's gonna happen."
Right,
Just
exactly.
smoke
Shut
it,
up.
Just throw it.
I know what I'm doing. So, Jack, did you like this movie?
No.
So, when I started watching the movie, I said, all right, this actually seems okay. I thought like the main girls, the little girl and the older girl who looked like Uma Thurman with a bad haircut.
The older girl was very dramatic.
Always crying and whatever. But I was like, all right, their performances are okay. And then it just went on. I was like, wow, this is just awful. The CGI in this movie is unforgivable. Unfucking forgivable.
Bad.
It has a $10 million budget. I cannot understand.
According to IMDb, that's
okay.
what the budget is.
Yeah, I
don't
think
know if
they're
that's
wrong.
accurate, but
Or someone got paid. I don't know who. I love how all the adult development, like character development, came about during the town hall meeting. It's like, that's all you need to know about these people. And
Plus,
we're going to round them up off camera.
How did
That's
all of those people die from having dirt? Well, you just climb that dirt as it kept.
Yeah,
As it
don't
kept
you
coming?
know the story about the donkey and the well?
Dude,
Yeah.
they were tired, man, from being
And then
drugged.
they were old.
the woman's
They were like
hand was still
37.
woman's hand is still sticking out, but yet she somehow died. It's like, why didn't you just
Pull her out.
You're not even under the ground.
She was a floozy, that woman, so let her drown. And
That's
it was
another
like-
thing. Who? I mean, we knew technically who she was, but it's almost like they tried to hide her character from us. Like, didn't want her talking.
Barely showed her
we're
face.
We're supposed to feel for this guy, but we don't even know his floozy wife. And now we're supposed to cry for her kid who just watched the mom die.
It honestly felt like it was a different actress that they showed at the beginning because it was like with her death scene, you couldn't see anything.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
could have been anybody.
Yeah.
It's This movie sucked. I'm just gonna come out and say it. This movie fucking sucked.
I'm surprised.
The lead little girl though is really good. Like she
Yes, I
talks
liked
like
her.
an adult. Like
For
I'd
what
like
she
to
was
see
told
her
to
in
do.
other stuff.
Yeah, it's just not. She's just not scary in it. It's not her fault.
No.
There's nothing scary she does in the movie.
Yeah, she did. She was great, but they gave her a crap script, and she busted her butt.
If you want to know how bad the writing is in this, at one point the main character is walking along and finds all the children have dug a huge hole in the ground. They have sacrificed a pig. They're painting the roots with the blood to feed the corn. And the girl looks at them kind of horrified for a second and then says, "Hey, there's a reporter coming to town. Can you get her and bring her over?" I'm like, fucking what?
Yeah.
You all seem
even
like
at-
you're in a good state of mind.
Even at the beginning, when they're trying to bring that kid alive, she's just like they're just kind of standing around like this is this is what they do. I don't really care for it.
I think it was like that's a little bit more forgivable, I think, because they were kind of playing it off as like it was just play, and there was like that cushion like underneath that he was going to jump onto.
Well, he was going to jump on stalks, but they wanted to put gas on there and light.
Yeah, but she
burn 'em
stopped
up.
them. She stopped them from doing that.
Yeah, but
She
didn't
kind
really-
of stopped them. She just ran away then to talk
Yeah, by
to
the way,
kid.
she went to the guy
Yeah.
she wanted to bang.
The
Yeah.
Unabomber.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the eyes? I have to talk about the eyes. Fucking, you can't rip out two eyeballs with one hand.
With
That
one
doesn't make
hand.
sense.
Yeah,
When your hand is
cried.
this big.
I was like, what kind of cut was that? Like, that was such a weird way to cut that scene. I don't know. It was bizarre, man.
Everything about this movie and the choice to have Groot, he who Groots between the rows, was just
That's like-
absolutely terrible.
That's like one of those choices where it's like, oh man,
Yeah,
you could
but when
save
he
so much
said,
money if like
"We
they just
are
didn't show
Groot,"
anything.
When he said "We are Groot," that I was in tears.
Tears,
Like,
right?
I-
It hits you right in the
Like
heart.
that whole scene where he comes out and like you kind of don't see him and like everyone's like reacting, like the actors are like reacting. Like I thought that was kind of cool, and then as soon as I showed him, I like completely checked out.
Yeah.
like,
Just show
done.
the corn stalks moving and you hear people screaming when they go into the corn.
Or maybe
like
just
Evil,
the feet,
yeah, like an
just the
Evil
feet
Dead
was
kind of
cool.
thing.
He should have turned into popcorn at the end when he was on fire. That would have been awesome.
And then they just eat him.
Yeah,
He died.
pop.
He died very easy. And did you guys notice he like shrunk way down before, like when he was standing behind the girl?
Yeah.
Because in just a few scenes before that, he was giant and he held that woman up by
Yeah.
her legs and ripped her in half. But then when they show again, he's standing behind that girl and he looked like he was maybe 7.5 feet
Well, that's
tall.
because Groot
he's having
can
a tough time.
change
Yeah.
his size.
By the way, this whole movie, I kept thinking, you ever see The Simpsons where Homer releases the radioactive waste in a cornfield and the farmer goes, "Oh, Paul Newman's going to break my legs." So all the corn died instantly. That 10-second sketch was better than this whole movie. And it had a cornfield.
Dude, the writing was so bad.
Horrendous.
Yeah.
Hot
So
garbage.
I don't even think you could pull out one eye with like one clean.
Tim is still
With a
stuck.
melon baller.
Well, yeah, come on,
Yeah,
Kill
like-
Bill. There was a Kill Bill.
Yeah, I mean, Kill Bill's its own thing, but like you really have to dig in there. You can't just be like, whoop.
Well,
Yeah,
what about-
and it's the
Let alone
first time
two
she's
eyes.
doing it. She's just a child. She's not like in Kill Bill. They've
Yeah.
done this before.
Right? Yeah,
Yeah.
they're like experts. She's never ripped an eye out before. Like, what is this?
I
What
don't
about
know, maybe
when
she
the
has.
girl's covered with like corn oil or gasoline or whatever, and she's running through and making sure to
Oh my god.
Rub
Make
off
the
of
trail of gas.
and then I guess she gets in the car and it's leaking gas, and so that also
Yes.
Yeah.
makes
In
the,
perfect lines, by
yeah,
the
the
way.
perfect lines.
Wait, did I miss something? How did they get all of the adults like inside the jail cell? Like
They don't show it.
Nobody knows.
Yeah, they don't show it.
Like that was so weird. I was like,
How they hung the
Okay.
guy, none of that. They didn't show any of that.
if like a bunch of kids were like, "Hey, get in that jail cell," I'd just be like, "No."
Also, did you
I wouldn't
what
go
about
in there.
what about when that chick woke up her dad handcuffed or tied his hands together and he's just like, "Oh, you kids."
We're doing
You know?
a fake trial. Put these handcuffs on.
He's like, all right, I'll go.
Whoever
I was
rascal
sleeping,
had
but-
kids.
What was her plan again? I know she said we're gonna
don't
have
know.
a fake trial to
There was a
embarrass
trial
everyone.
with the
There
news
was so
reporter.
much. Oh,
That was the whole idea.
I also love the like the town meeting or whatever when they all start laughing at the kids. Like some of those actors' faces where I was dying, dude.
Oh my
It was
God.
so funny. They're just pointing and laughing at like all the little kids. It reminded me of like the Simpsons, like the Nelson character was like that's what they were all doing. They're like
This is like little children, and they're just laughing in their faces. Brutally.
like, what is this?
This is probably the only movie that we've done that I've hated. That I almost kind of wish the writer were watching this right now.
No, I don't want that.
Might be at this very moment. And by the
Because
way,
I'm insulted, and I think we should all feel insulted by all of this wrongness.
as
I don't know.
Stewie would say on Family Guy, you suck.
He's written some good scripts though. Like if you look at his IMDb, he's written some good movies.
Listen, man, Equilibrium is a fantastic film.
You keep beating
and
that drum there, Tim.
I love that movie. And
Are you getting like money? Are you getting a kickback? from
no, it's just like, it was like one of my
rentals?
favorite movies. Like growing
Now I
up,
gotta
it's
watch
like it's like Fahrenheit 451 meets The Matrix. It's amazing.
I don't
Well, he
remember
did-
liking it, but it's been a
Really?
long
I
time.
He did
I've
Thomas
seen it, but now I-
Thomas Crown Affair, right?
I think he wrote it. Yeah.
Yeah, he wrote.
Yeah,
that
but wasn't
movie.
that
It's a
that's
remake.
not
The remake?
So it sounds like that's what he's doing is other IPs and stuff.
I think he did some original stuff, but it's been a while since I looked. But I mean, the Thomas Crown Affair movie is legitimately good, but maybe that's
Yes.
more on the director. I don't know.
Listen,
Um,
I don't think we can. I guess we can blame him, but like, fucking,
Yes.
this movie had a lot more issues with it than just the script.
Well, he
and the
also
direction.
directed
Oh,
it,
God.
so
Yeah, I
he's-
know. I'm saying
he's
script
got a
and-
little bit of blame.
the
for
script
this
and
one.
the
Yeah, I
direction. I think like nobody gave a shit though. Like nobody like they probably just wrote a rough draft and was like, "This is it."
Do you
Let's
think
go.
this is the kind of thing where they just had to get a Children of the Corn movie out to keep the rights?
Maybe
Yes.
to keep the rights. That could have
Yes,
been it.
Probably that could be.
That's
it.
why all of them were made. I
Yeah,
think.
but to spend that much money on it?
$10 million doesn't feel right unless
can't
somebody just
believe
pocketed
10
a
million.
ton.
I don't know though.
Yeah,
like,
but that
CGI 's
lifelike
not cheap,
corn
like-
monster.
Yeah, that CGI is not cheap, man. I mean, they had to put some money into that. The cast was huge. They shot in Australia, which I found out.
I was so
Because
convinced
they
I
actually-
had corn last night for dinner.
They
Yeah, I
they
saw your
changed-
picture.
They changed the name of the original town, right? Because the original town was Gatlin in the short story, and I
Yes.
think in the movies. And what the fuck was it in this movie?
Cornville.
Who knows?
I don't even know.
But it was the same name as the town in Australia where they shot it, so that was weird. Because I guess like
Welcome
they
to
did
Sydney.
find like something with the name on it, like the water tower or whatever with like the name on it, and they were just like, let's just fucking keep it that because I don't want to pay.
Don't want to paint it.
Is hell a place where you watch Children of the Corn and Hellraiser movies like just endlessly?
Yeah,
Is
it's
that
called
hell?
my 2020. That's what I did. Even what starts the story of this is that the corn is dying, and they don't know if it's from GMOs or fertilizer. They don't know what it
Damn
is.
Monsanto.
The dad comes up with a plan to get the town money by having the corn destroyed. The corn is dying. No one is making any money. It's over. This town is fucked. The dad comes up with a plan to get government money, and the daughter is furious at him.
Yeah.
Why? He literally saved the town with this plan. And
That's an
she's
actual thing that
so-
people.
Because she was
Farmers get.
she was green and I think that her character was influenced by that Greta chick.
Greta Thunberg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it made no sense.
I
I'm
feel
like,
like
what are you
saying,
mad
shut
at?
up. You don't
she
know
on
how
the-
the world works yet.
That's true.
Was
But
she
wait.
under the influence of the Key Behind the Rose guy though?
Of the con.
I'm talking about the teenage girl, the
Oh,
17,
her.
18-year-old.
Yeah,
Yeah.
She
the main
was
character.
furious. That's why she wanted to have a mock trial to embarrass people.
Yeah.
I-
Misguided youth.
It felt like they showed up each day and they were like, okay, you're saying this. Like,
Just keep saying climate change.
this is
all
a
right.
wild one, man.
Wait,
This
I
is a
still
wild
don't.
one.
I still don't get that. Like, why were they going to destroy everything?
It's an
That didn't make
actual
sense.
government program where they will tell you to just destroy your crops and don't grow anything.
Well, you just
and they'll
don't. You
pay
just don't grow on the field. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know a guy who does that. Actually, it's insane. But
The
yeah,
ground
there's a
is
government-
sour.
The ground is sour. Don't bury Don't bury your dogs here. But if you have a cat, I'll show you.
They buried the pig.
Hopefully, this is the worst movie we watch all summer.
Oh,
year.
I hope so.
It has to be.
That was
Well,
wild.
you guys,
Well-
not me. I mean, I will definitely be watching worse
You,
movies than this.
That's your cross to bear.
You know what though? I did enjoy just like watching it just because I knew we were gonna talk about it and have fun with it. So there's at least
That's
that.
true too. It's more fun
Silver
to crap
lining.
on a movie than sing a movie's praises because we're assholes.
You know me, I like to be positive. Like even if I kind of don't like something, I'll still just like say positive stuff about it. But this was like on another
No.
level.
I already do for this.
So we have no idea what next week's.
I have
We
a
only had
suggestion.
6 weeks to prepare.
I have a suggestion for next week.
Oh, my wife says Oppenheimer. That is off-brand. So
I think
I don't
we
know.
should do-
I hear that's pretty terrifying.
I think we should
actually.
do influencer next week.
Oh,
You mentioned
I-
that before.
I agree. Influencer.
It's on Shutter.
It's on Shutter.
Let's do that then.
It will be like it or not. It's going to be a good conversation because it's an interesting movie.
All right. There you
Okay.
go. Influencer. Locked and loaded.
We
All
finally.
right. So there we go.
have
The
a movie.
return is now done. And now you realize what you waited for wasn't worth the wait.
Suckers.
Sorry.
You idiots. But if you like this garbage for whatever reason, please share with people and like the show and whatever. Doesn't matter. So
Or don't.
until next Tuesday, y'all have a good night and walk between the rows and buy Chad's book, Broad
And
Street
Hunter's book.
Bastard.
And
Buy all our books.
And
Don't buy
Tim's
mine.
book in August.
Whatever
Bye.
that book is.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Game over, man.